Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Code with Nav. Today I'm very excited to introduce a brand new series on CSV file. So the agenda of this call will be read CSV file and process the data and save all the information into DB. And I'm going to achieve this using Spring Boot's Spring Data JPA and MySql database. So let's go to the Spring Initializer website and try to create a project for us. Project should be Maven type. Language we are going to use is Java. Version is fine, and group ID should be the package name, and that should be the com.learn code with nav. And artifact or name of the project should be CSV demo. We would need certain dependency into it. First we need to add web so that we can develop REST endpoints. We would need JPA so that it would communicate with database, and we would need dev tool so that we will not be going to restart the server every time. Now let me click on generate. It will give me the zip file of the project. Go to the download folder, and this is the one which we are looking for. Extract all here. So that's it. This is what we are looking for. Now go to the Eclipse, go to the file, go to the import existing Maven project I want to import. Go to the browse, go to the exact location of your project where you have extracted just now. This should be the CSV demo 1. This is what we are looking for. Click on finish. We would need Maven dependency for CSV as well as database. So we already have written this information here. Let me copy this one. First dependency will be responsible for database charts, which we will need at runtime, and other is for CSV. Let me paste here. Format the data, save it. All the required jars will be downloaded using the Maven. Go to the Maven update project. Now let me create one controller. Controller name should be file controller, and it should be in controller package. Then we would need one interface that should be the file service, and that should be in the package of service. I'm doing nothing but creating a basic structure for the project. Then we would need one more class that will implement that interface. File service IMPL. It will implement file service, and we need to put one annotation that is service on top of it. That means this class will act as a service for my controller, and file controller we need to mark as @res controller. Res controller is nothing but the combination of @controller and @response body, right? Now we need to auto wired file service here. Let me import this file service which we just created. Now what I'm going to develop in this session is I do have this Excel file. This basically contains 25,000 information. If I will go to the end of this file and would see that 25,001, and one first row is the column, so 25,001 minus 1, it will contain at at least exactly 25,000. My requirement is I would give this file to my REST API, REST endpoint, and I will save this information into the database using Spring Data JPA and MySql database. Now let's see how we can do that. First we need to write one endpoint, and that is nothing but to upload a file. Let's say I want to upload, right? So I would say post mapping let me define one method here, that is public response entity I want to return from here, and that should be the response message. Method name should be upload file. They are saying that response message you need to create. I need to create this class response message in response package. This is RD2 actually. It will contain nothing but simple string of message. I would need no constructor. I would need parameterized constructor, and I would need getter setter of it. Let me format the code and save this file. So I'm saying I will give one CSV file to it, this endpoint, and it will read my CSV file, process the data, and save the information into the table. Now how we can read file from the REST endpoint? We need to give request param, and name of this param should be file, and file always belongs from multipart. Multipart file, and there should be the file. Okay, now I'm saying first let me check the CSV format, whether the file which we have provided in the param is belongs from the CSV or not. So I would say that if service dot has CSV format or not, I will pass the file into this method, and let me create this method in the service interface and return type of it boolean, which is fine. Let me override here this method. I will give the implementation of this method within some time. Let me write logic for here. As of now, if file has CSV format, then execute this block, otherwise say or we won't need, or simply return response entity dot status expectation field, and let me give the body will contain new response message please upload CSV file, which is fine, right? So what I have done so far is I will put one file as a request param. That file will be a multi-part file, and I'm saying if file has CSV format, yes, then execute my code. If not, then return simply stated as expectation failed, and message should be please upload a CSV file. Now let's see what we can do if it is a CSV format. Let me go to here and write one more method, service dot what it will do is it will process and save data. This method will do process the data from the Excel file, CSV file, and save that data into the database. Let me create this one more method. Now I have created two methods in the interface. Let me give the implementation for both. Okay. First right here, say if first define the type as a string type is equal to text or CSV, text slash CSV. Now say if type not equals to file dot get content type. If this is the case, then return false, else return true. So what we have right here, type as a text slash CSV. If this type from this file get content type is not equal, then return false, otherwise return true. Okay. Now let me go to process and CSV file and write I would need to create one more method that will return me a list of user and users. I need to write one method that will accept CSV, that will basically convert CSV to users, and it will accept file dot get input stream. Let me create one private method here. Let me create user. This should be our entity, so it should be an entity package, and entity means whatever we are creating Pojo here, that will be creating a table for me in the database. It will contain one, obviously, primary key, private long ID. how do we mark this field as a id at the rate id? We would need we need to create what we can say primary key. On what basis we need to create? Then we can go for generated value. Generated value annotation would expect one strategy what we are going to follow for generating your primary key. So I'm saying generation type auto. Okay, sounds good as of now. Now let me create one more column. So actually we would need, and I would consider index as a primary key since it is auto incremented by 1 2 3 4. Then we would have one column that is height, which is in inches, and we would have one more column that is weight, that is in pound. So I want to store indexes as a primary key, height and weight in a height and weight column. Let me go to Eclipse. Then I would say that private string height then I would say I would need one more column that would be weight. If we do not specify at the rate column annotation here, then what is the name of this variable will be the column name for us. In this case we don't need to do this since the column name and the variable name is same. If that is different, then we would need to mark explicitly that my column name is whatever the column name is. Let me create getter setters for it. In upcoming videos I will create one more project using Lombok. So the benefit of using Lombok is just to reduce boilerplate code. I will show it in upcoming videos, don't worry. So now we have created user entity. User entities contain id. Id is nothing but whatever the values in index column in Excel file or CSV file. And height and weight will be saved in height and weight column. So okay, entity has completed. They are saying add throws declaration, surround with try catch. Okay, surround with try catch. Let me surrounding with try catch I am using here. Okay, no problem. Now once I got the list after converting it, then we need to save that one into the database, for which we would need one more repository at the rate auto wired private user repository. Let me create interface for it, and this should be in a repository package. We first, to make any interface as an repository, first we need to write at the rate repository, and same interface must extends JPA repository. JPA repository expected two arguments into it. One is for which entity you are creating this repository. So I would say that I am creating user entity for user repository for this user entity, and they are asking what is the primary key data type, and I am saying this is long. Done. We are done with entity, we are done with repository. Now let me go here, and I'm saying repository. No, this is not repository actually. This is a repository what I'm looking for, and I'm saying save all. Save all is a method which will accept list of entity, and it will save into the DB. The only thing is left, I need to convert CSV data to user. Now let's see how we can do that. First of all, we would need to say firstly remove this to do comment, go here and say try buffer reader. I'm going to read the file, and this should be our file reader is equal to new buffer and it would accept new input. It will accept input stream reader object. And say that this is a say this is type of UTF-8. Now let me create CSV parser that will let me create a CSV parcel object, file reader CSV. It will accept CSV format object, CSV format dot default dot with first record as header, dot with ignore case, header case with trim. So buffer reader so we have created one buffer reader object and passing input stream reader object into it. Now we have created CSV parser object and passing file reader object, that is buffer reader object. At the same time I'm saying what is the CSV format for it. I'm saying for default CSV format by default will be first record as header. As you will look into this Excel, first record is always header. Now in this try block, what I need to do is I need to get CSV parser dot get records. It will give me a list of CSV records. Now we can use for each loop for this one and saying for CSV record CSV records. Now we do have one row in this for each loop. This is the all rows of CSV record. This is a list of CSV record, and I'm iterating one by one. So I'm saying I would need user object is equal to new. First one will be id. Id in this case should be index, and second I'm saying second one is height, and third one is weight. Now let's see how we can do it. So first one is long dot parse long, and now I need to get csv dot get. So basically csv record, not parser, dot get, and it should be the key here. Key in our case is index. Second one we would have height inches. And third one is we would have weight in pounds. And at the same time, before iterating that one, I would need list of user, right? So that I can users is equal to new array list of user. Now I need to add this user into the users. Okay. And once all the processing done, let's return this users. Okay, now go to the file controller once and see what we have done so far. And we are saying service.process and save data. If everything goes alright, then return. Let me copy this return statement and change or customize ourselves. Return this status if everything goes alright, process and save data, then it should be okay. And we can say uploaded the file successfully, and we can give name of the file as well, file.get original name. Now let's see what we have done so far. First we have created one controller, that is the REST controller of file controller. We have auto-void file service here. We have created one REST endpoint, that is /upload. Now we can make more understandable. This controller is for files. So base path should be files, and at the rest post mapping upload. Whenever I will hit slash upload, I would give multipart file as a request param named as file. First we would call file service method has CSV format, and in this method we have written that type is equal to tag slash CSV. If this is equals to the get content type, then it will return false, otherwise it will return true. Now if the size of if the format of the CSV file is CSV only, then it will be true, otherwise it will be false. Now once it is true, if it is false, then I would simply say please upload CSV file. If it is not, if it is CSV file, then I will process and save data. In the process and save data method, I have created one method that converts CSV to users, and it will give me the list of user, and I would use this list of user to save all in the repository so that it will be dumped into the database. Now what we have done in CSV to user method, we have created object for buffer reader using the input stream reader, and again we are creating CSV parser object in which we are expecting file reader, which is nothing but buffer reader object, and format of the CSV we are passing here. Once it is done, we will got list of CSV record. Now we will iterating one by one and creating the entity object. Now adding one object one by one into the list of user. Now finally I will return the user. Now let me add a few properties in application.properties file so that it will communicate into our database. We will create one more specific video related to this properties in upcoming future, but as of now what I have done is I am saying my my application should run on port number 8080, and database source URL should be jdbc :mysql : /localhost 3306, and this is the schema name, and database source data source username should be root, as this is my internal database. Username is root and password is root, and spring.jpa.show-sql true says whatever the SQL query is executing in the background, please print into the console. And spring.jpa hibernate TTL auto update has separate. I will cover this properties keys value in a separate property file in upcoming videos. Now let me run this and see what we have done wrong and what we have done, what are the error we are going to get. Tomcat started on port 8080. Let me open Postman. Let me go convert this one as a post method, and it should be localhost : 8080, and the URL is files upload. Go to the param, form data, key as file or what? Yeah, keys file, and files upload. Go to download. This is the file which we are talking about. Send the request. Let's see what will happen. Now we got the message, uploaded the file successfully, and file name is this one. Wow, extraordinary. I have done it with this code and created this test endpoint without having any error. Oh my god, that's great. Go to the database now and see whether we have got, oh, all 25,000 have been inserted into the database. Great. I'm really excited and really proud with the way I have done this code. Okay, anyways, if you want to see how we can debug the code, please let me know in the comment section, so I will try to create one more video for it, so that I can debug the code line by line and let you know, and how we can inspect all the statement one by one, how we can see where the exception has occurred and all. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you like this one. If you like this one, please do subscribe and share this video with your friends, and let this this video go to the best audience. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.